Hi, I'm Byron Ellis, and I'm running to be your next Garfield County Commissioner. I'm guessing you've seen this, the fair book distributed in last week's Insider. Turn to page 48, and you'll find Jerry Taylor's election campaign ad. My opponent has listed his accomplishments as county commissioner since his election nearly 4 years ago. As you'll see, these claims are nothing more than exaggerations and creative wordsmithing. Let's take a deeper look. First, Jerry Taylor claims that he coordinated with federal, state, and local interests to develop the Escalante Science Center and Dinosaur Museum. Let's be clear, there is no such thing as the Escalante Science Center and Dinosaur Museum. It does not yet exist and may never exist, and most certainly cannot be considered an accomplishment. As it stands now, the Science Center is merely a campaign talking point. Last year, your county tax dollars were used to fund a $40,000 feasibility study regarding the Science Center. The study determined that the area of most concern and uncertainty is the economics of the project. If it is not economically feasible, that means that it is not feasible. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for a science center, but we need to determine how it fits into the county's larger long-range economic development plans. Where does the initial funding come from, and how will it be sustained? How does it benefit Garfield County, and how will residents be involved? How many long-term, full-time, permanent jobs will it provide for Garfield County residents? Second, Jerry Taylor claims that, in partnership with other elected and county officials, he was instrumental in managing finances such that Garfield County is essentially debt-free and has been for the last 3 years. Is this really an accomplishment? The county was essentially debt-free prior to Jerry Taylor joining the commission. All that was required to remain debt-free was to simply do nothing. Governmental entities take on debt primarily to build things: infrastructure, water sewer projects, public buildings, convention centers, stadiums, transportation hubs, and museums. Since Garfield County does little of this, there would be no reason for the county to go into debt. Third, Jerry Taylor claims that, in partnership with other elected and appointed county officials, he was instrumental in assisting to obtain 2 more years of secure rural school funding and 1 more year of PILT, or payment in lieu of taxes. His ad states that he helped secure 2 more years of secure rural schools and 1 more year of PILT. Help secure? Assisted in obtaining? This all sounds impressive, and I'm sure the other commissioners were glad they could assist Jerry Taylor in his efforts. What we need to know is exactly how Jerry Taylor was instrumental in assisting and helping to secure funding for these 2 programs. Both programs are federal programs that are authorized and funded by the U.S. Congress. The PILT program was enacted in 1976. Last year, nearly 2,000 counties received PILT payments totaling nearly $514 million. The PILT program is codified. It is required by federal law that funding be appropriated by Congress. The Secure Rural Schools program started in the year 2000 to offset revenue losses from a nationwide reduction in timber sales. 700 counties and 1,400 school districts in 40 states depend on these funds. The program is not going away anytime soon. Is Jerry Taylor claiming that he personally convinced both houses of Congress to authorize and fund these programs totaling nearly $750 million? That is highly doubtful. Or is he claiming that he was personally instrumental in securing the funds for Garfield County? Well, that didn't happen either. Under federal guidelines, Garfield County automatically qualifies for the 2 programs, and the actual payment amounts are determined by policy and formula. It is possible that our county commissioners contacted congressional representatives last year and urged them to push these authorizations through. And so did thousands of other elected officials, mayors, commissioners, school board members, and council members all across the United States. Was this an accomplishment? We suspect that this particular item is being touted as an accomplishment because it contains the word school in the title. Okay, let's review. Jerry Taylor's top 3 proclaimed accomplishments are: 1 that has not yet happened, 1 that required him to do nothing, and one he had little, if anything, to do with. If these are the highlights, it appears that very little has been accomplished in the 3.5 years Commissioner Taylor has represented Eastern Garfield County. I've said it before, the party's over. Let's get to work on some real programs that will actually benefit the residents of Garfield County. To learn more about my campaign, please visit my website at ellisforcommissioner.org. See you on the campaign trail.